Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another match review. And this is Chelsea 3, Wolves 0. I am so happy, so excited after this match, as I was after AC Milan. That's now 2 back-to-back 3-0 wins under Graham Potter for Chelsea. When the starting 11 came out, I wasn't quite sure how we were going to play or how we were going to do, essentially, because in the times that we've played a back four, we've looked a bit open in the back. But what a game. I am so over the moon to have another very, very strong Chelsea performance after that fantastic AC Milan performance, and to help us going into that AC Milan game. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see the starting 11 going into the match. And here we go. So I'm on SofaScore as always, and you have some player ratings here. So I had thought that this was going to be a 4-2-2-2, potentially could have been a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. But SofaScore is saying that it was a 4-2-3-1 with Cesar Azpilicueta, Chelsea's captain, coming back in at right back. Marco Correa coming in at left back, Koulibaly and Chalobah as the center backs, Jorginho, Ruben Loftus-Cheek as that pivot, and then midfield 3 of Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher, and then Kai Havertz operating up top. So I thought that this was very interesting as starting 11. I wasn't sure how this back four was going to fare because Aspie hasn't been the paciest previously. We've seen Kai Havertz play up front. We haven't really seen these players, Christian, Mason, and Connor, play together. So I was very interested to see how that was going to work out. Some big calls made by Graham Potter, obviously benching Reece James, especially. Seems that he's 100% wanted him to be rested ahead of Chelsea's Champions League clash against AC Milan. Mateo Kovacic also rested, Ben Chilwell, Raheem Sterling, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So large chunk of Chelsea's starting 11 that faced AC Milan was actually indeed rested for this match. So again, like Graham Potter said, there was going to be a lot of changing in the team because there are so many games in such a short period of time, and typically that's something that I feel like we have struggled with. We have our starting 11, and then whenever we play players outside of the starting 11, it tended to in the past be more of a sluggish, maybe misjointed game. But from the start, I thought that Chelsea played extremely, extremely well. I thought that we created a lot of opportunities and we just were not clinical enough. And you can see here, I love this thing. Chelsea were just so dominant in the entire first half. We were just creating so much. And finally, we get the goal courtesy of Kai Havertz. And I didn't think that Kai Havertz actually had done so much in that first half. Christian Pulisic had quite a few opportunities that he missed. He looked a little bit rusty, but also kind of like maybe missing some confidence in himself a little bit, since it was his first start in a while. He's been coming off of the bench. So I think that we had created a lot of opportunities, but we just weren't clinical enough. So finally the goal comes like 46 minutes and 45 seconds, like right before halftime. And I thought that Conor Gallagher was just impeccable in order to make sure that he got to the corner. He followed up with it. He did amazing. And it was a beautiful ball in from Mason Mount. And I think it goes to show Mason Mount is a very good creator. He creates a lot, but you need somebody to get on the end of that. So just because people weren't getting on the end of what he was creating doesn't mean that he's not a good creator, essentially. And it was a great looping header from Kai Havertz, 1-0, deservedly up before halftime. And I'm sure that changed the halftime talk a little bit. looking at the second half, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for a sec and then I'll come back in. Looking at the second half, got a very, very early goal. Another Mason Mount assist. This time it was Christian Pulisic. He had been looking rusty, but it was a very, very good finish from Christian Pulisic for this goal. And I think the thing that I've kind of thought about Pulisic in the past, and I think is true, is that he's somebody that really needs consistent game time in order to do well. And I think that we saw him post-pandemic when we had Project Restart. That was the time in his Chelsea career where he was playing the most consistently, and we kind of reaped the rewards from playing him in his favorite position and playing him consistently. I think the thing with Christian Pulisic is just that he hasn't been playing so consistently, so it must be difficult to come into the team and be expected to perform like that, because I do think he needs a couple of games. So we saw that he got an assist in his last Premier League game versus Crystal Palace. Now he's gotten a goal as well. So I think if he continues to get game time, he's going to also continue to improve, find his feet again. And I haven't given up hope on Christian Pulisic. I still think that he could be really good for us. He has to find his moments. But this was a step in the right direction. He was somebody that I had my eye on, that I felt needed to perform big today, and he did. Somebody else that I thought needed a big performance, Kai Havertz. Didn't feel that it was a massive performance from him, didn't think he was so involved, but he got his goal. We saw Kai Havertz, Christian Pulisic get their goals, and honestly, if they're getting goals, then that's what I care about. Oh, sorry, I hit my light. Also in the first half, I thought that Cesar Azpilicueta was phenomenal. I thought going forward, he was creating a lot. He had a lot of very beautiful balls into the box, crosses. He was really creating havoc down that right-hand side, and it just lacked somebody getting on the end of it. I felt like if Aubameyang was starting in that match, we could have easily had 2 or 3 Azpilicueta assists and 2 or 3 Aubameyang goals, because I just think that Aubameyang gets into those goal scoring positions and has that striker's instinct that was needed for Azpilicueta's crosses. I was a little bit worried about him going into this game because he's felt a teensy bit off of the pace recently, but I thought that he slotted right in. And I think it also goes to show you just how much like proper rest can do. Last season, he was playing way more games than he should have. And I think when you can pick and choose where you're going to use him now, because that's kind of what he needs at this point, he's still going to be able to go in and give you very, very good performances. I felt that he was fantastic in this match. I thought I was going to miss Reece James down that right-hand side way more than I did. Maybe we could have missed Reece's finishing, because I think that Reece is probably the best finisher in the team, or one of the best. But other than that, I thought that Aspie had a fantastic game. Somebody else who I thought had a fantastic game was Conor Gallagher. He was all over that right-hand side throughout the game, especially in the first half. I don't think he had any goal contributions. I'm just going to check for Armando Broja's goal. I'm just checking who got the assist officially, because I don't remember. It was Mateo Kovacic. So Conor Gallagher, no goal contributions in this match, but I thought that he was absolutely fantastic. I thought that he was everywhere, all over the pitch, and I thought that he created a lot, and he looked super lethal going forward. His work rate was incredible. There was a moment in the first half where Wolves almost scored, and if you're not paying attention, you don't realize, but Conor Gallagher came from about the halfway mark and made a really fast run to block out the danger, ensure that Wolves don't get the shot in. So I think that he's finally coming into his own, feeling a little bit more comfortable in this Chelsea team. Obviously, it means a lot for him to be playing for Chelsea. It was nervous to kind of have some nerves, or like pre-match jitters, I guess you could say, when he first was starting. But I think that we're really starting to see the best of Conor Gallagher. And I mean, the best is yet to come. He's still so young, but I was just super impressed with him. Lucky for us, we got the second goal early on in the second half, which is something that I feel like we haven't done in a while. We tend to be one goal up and then maybe have some shaky moments, and I feel like I'm going to be having a heart attack, but we were able to get that second goal. Honestly, I felt like Chelsea could have scored like 6 today. We were that good. And in the last couple of minutes of the game, Armando Broja times his run to perfection, takes the shot extremely well, and he gets his first goal for Chelsea. So really positive. All 3 goal scorers, people that I've been rooting to score goals. Hopefully we can start seeing more goals from them in the future as well. But those are kind of my thoughts on the match. I do want to take a look here. Let's see some player statistics. So Mason Mount with 2 assists in this match, not 1 but 2. I thought that Mason Mount was fantastic in this game. Accurate passes, Mason Mount 87%, Conor Gallagher 85%. We just go to duels, one. Mateus Nunes won a lot of his duels, but Conor Gallagher right up there, 150% of his duels. Espliqueta didn't win as many. Jorginho won a lot of his duels. Koulibaly won almost all of his duels, 90% of his duels. Tackles, Conor Gallagher right up there again, 5 tackles. Koulibaly, 5 tackles. Jorginho, 4 tackles. So I thought that it was brilliant from the team, brilliant performance. We just go here looking at shots. Ball possession, 57%. The first half, it was at 70-75 at one point. But look at this. Shots is going up yet again. This is something that we've consistently struggled with. 20 shots, 7 shots on target. Like, we could have had 7 goals in this game. 10 shots off target, 3 block shots. We did extremely well. Four big chances, 3 big chances missed. So again, this just shows that Chelsea still haven't been extremely clinical. Yes, we did win this match by 3 goals, but it could have been 7, like I said. And I think that that's something that we need to work on. We've jumped up to 4th in the Premier League table. Brighton could potentially leapfrog us. Manchester United can't. So we're right back in that Champions League spot, which I'm very, very happy about. And overall, I just feel that the team looks like we're fighting a lot more, we're creating a lot more. I'm seeing more attacking patterns. I'm seeing players actually take shots inside and outside of the box. I just feel that our attack is looking a lot stronger. And like I said, I was a little bit nervous today about the 4 at the back. I didn't know how it'd fare, but hats off to Potter because it was brilliant. I don't know what he's been doing in training, but I saw big improvement from when we played 4 at the back versus Crystal Palace and today. So I think that that's massive credit to him. As for me, my man of the match, I'm between Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher, I think, and then a special shout out to Aspie. Obviously, Conor Gallagher didn't get any goal contribution, but like I said, I just thought that he was everywhere. I thought that he put in so much work effort on and off of the ball. I thought that he was incredible, and Mason Mount's got those 2 assists. Let me know who you guys think should be the man of the match in the comments, because I thought that both of them were fantastic, and I thought, like I said, I thought Aspie had a great game. Jacob says Diego, and yes, it's something that I haven't mentioned, but it was Diego Costa's homecoming, the first time that he's been to Stamford Bridge since he played for Chelsea. Obviously, a truly iconic player for us, really somebody that I feel like we never were really able to replace. It looked like Tammy might have been the replacement, but then we sold him to AC Roma. So for me, we really haven't had somebody like Diego Costa. And I think the reason why so many fans were excited to see him was just like that tenacity and grit that he brought to the team. And he was just such a special personality, the kind of personality that you just don't see very often, and the type of player that you absolutely love to have playing on your team but hate to play against. He really was quieted today. I'm going to see if I can find how many touches he took. Yeah, he just had 4 out of 5 accurate passes. So I think that means that he had just 5 touches the entire game. Obviously not the same player that he was when he played for us, but I just love the sending off that he got when he was subbed, all of the fans cheering for him, giving him a standing ovation. Like, I certainly didn't mind it. I have very, very fond memories of Diego Costa playing for Chelsea, and it's just honestly great to have that kind of player back in the Premier League. So I was very happy about it. I'm going to start going through your comments now. I saw a comment, I've lost it, but it was about Kepa. And I think that this is also really an interesting talking point because Kepa has had kind of like a rough time at Chelsea over a couple of seasons ago, and then slowly he's been getting his confidence back. He's been improving. We saw that Mendy was injured, but I really feel that he's taken this opportunity with both hands. He looked very, very confident in goal. There were a couple of times that he even came out and anticipated what the Wolves players were going to do. There was one time that looks like a little bit shaky, and Wolves was offside anyway, so it didn't matter. But I thought that he read the game really well. His distribution was very good. Let me see if I can actually find like his accurate passes. Yeah, he had 88% passing accuracy, which is really good. And it's something that I don't really expect from a goalkeeper. Sometimes they can just hoof the ball, but I thought that his passes, I noticed, were really, really good and helped to break the lines and kind of get the ball a bit forward more. He wasn't tasked so much in this game. The Wolves really didn't create so much, but when he did need to make a save, he was able to make it 2 clean sheets in a row for him. So is this a thing? Could we be seeing the resurgence of Kepa? Could he be coming back to be a starting goalkeeper, given that Mendy has been a little bit shaky, a little bit off of his confidence? Or do you think that Edouard Mendy should be the out-and-out goalkeeper again? Love this comment. Broja scoring on the day Costa returns, passing off the mantle. It was a really, really, really well taken goal by Broja as well, and he's going to be an incredible striker. I think that it really works out for him how the team is currently set up, because I don't think that Kai Havertz is a number 9. I know that he got his goal today, but other than that, I felt that he was pretty quiet. And when Broja came on the pitch, I thought that he was actually creating more than Kai Havertz had. So I'm happy for Kai Havertz. I'm happy that he got the goal. But I do think if we're looking at the number 9 position, we have Aubameyang, who's probably going to be starting the majority of games. But Broja has just made a, what's the word? He's just made like a reason for him to be starting, maybe over Kai Havertz, because his movement was really good, and he also got a goal, very well taken. And the thing with Aubameyang is he's not going to be staying at Chelsea forever. He's going to be here for a couple of years. Hope that he scores many goals for us in his time here. But then Broja kind of sees like a straight path into the first team. So if he can keep performing like this, I don't see why he's not going to be a starter for Chelsea in a year or two. I don't know if you guys are you talking about Kepa making a statement, maybe, or Broja making a statement? Potentially both have made a big statement today. What do you think about Pulisic? He played quite good today, also scored. I thought that in the first half, he didn't have the best half, to be completely honest, because I felt that he had a lot of chances and he should have done better with the opportunities that he had. And he probably could have had like 2 goals in the first half alone. I'm I'm going to see in the attack. Let me see. So Christian Pulisic had 2 shots on target, 2 shots off target. And he had one dribble attempt and none were successful. And he had a big chance missed. So, like I said, I felt that Christian Pulisic could have done better in this match. But for me, the important thing is that he got his goal. And I didn't think he had the best first half. Like I said, I thought he looked a little bit rusty, maybe a little bit unsure of himself, kind of to be expected when you haven't been playing consistently for so long. And he's just had a couple of minutes here and there off of the bench. And also, Chelsea as a whole, I'm not used to seeing us create that much. But it's a theme that we've had for a couple of years now that we just haven't been clinical enough. That's something that needs to improve. I think that's something that will improve with time. It's not going to be an overnight switch that Greg Potter comes in and all of a sudden our attack is brilliant and they start scoring and we start converting every opportunity. But yeah, I think it's a positive step for Christian Pulisic. He needed a big performance today. I thought that he was pretty good and he got his goal. So what more could you really ask? Yeah, Tottenham are playing now, but thank you, Harry Kane. Always tunes into my show, even though you're a Spurs fan. So I appreciate it. And I'm sure a lot of people are dropping to go watch the Spurs game now. Harry Kane is in my fantasy team, so I kind of hope that he scores, but I don't want Spurs to win. So let's see. Pulisic's celebration, it's actually on my thumbnail. He has a tiger in his tattoo here, so it's kind of like the eye of the tiger. So that was his celebration. Sajin says, do you think Gallagher has a chance to get selected for England with the way he's playing for Chelsea? I really do think so. It's one of those things that could be touch and go. I think that he would make a great addition to the team. I don't think I'm biased. Like, I think a lot of English people, I'm not English, like I'm American. So if I'm thinking about the England team, obviously I am a Chelsea fan. So I think that Conor Gallagher, I really, really rate him. But I think a lot of people rated him last season when he played for Palace and was doing so well. So I think he has a real good opportunity if he keeps playing like this. Could be. This is a fantastic point as well. It says, Big Trav has been locking down the right center back spot, especially with Fofana injured, frees up Reece to maintain the wing back spot. Yeah, and today, it depends. Today we didn't see, a back three. We saw kind of like a back four. Obviously, it's super fluid. But I do think that it's positive. Like, if we can get Reece James forward as much as possible, that's what we need to do. Hey, welcome back to the stream. Thank you so much for watching. This question asks, what do you think when Lukaku returns? Will the lineup change? If I had to make a prediction, I don't think he's returning to Chelsea. I think he's probably going to do another loan at Inter Milan. I saw that they were already trying to sort the details for it. But I think that was just a poor transfer, and I don't think he's going to return. Who knows? You never say never, because maybe Graham Potter sees him and says, okay, yes, I definitely want to try to work with this person and bring them into my team. But as things currently stand, I would be pretty surprised if that happened. Yeah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek has been fantastic. That's somebody that I haven't mentioned, but I'm going to mention him now. I thought that previously I wasn't sure if he could play deeper in kind of that holding, like in that pivot 6 role, but I thought that he was absolutely brilliant yet again today. And then we brought in on Kovacic. So he's somebody that I didn't think could play that position. I always thought that his position was better further up the pitch, but I just absolutely love to see Ruben Loftus-Cheek getting back to his best for Chelsea, because he is one of my favorite players. And after that injury in, I think it was 2018, 2019, it was just so devastating. I feel like we're finally starting to see Ruben get back to his best. Yes, I have my FPL code somewhere. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. I honestly have no idea. Let me see my league. Like, this is my league, but I don't know how to get the code. Join league. Private league code? No. I'll have to look into it. I have it somewhere, like in one of my very early videos about FPL when I started my league. It's somewhere if you really want to find it and scroll back. I think I tweeted it, so maybe do like an advanced search for my tweets as well. I can't find it right now. Yes, debut for Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka. I always mispronounce his name. It's like a travesty. Debut as well. Obviously, didn't get to see too much of him, but very positive because I think that he is somebody that is super highly rated that we got in and want to see his involvement more in the team. So hopefully we continue to see more of him because it's been a while. Just going through your thoughts. Let's go through quickly the other results in the Premier League. So Chelsea won 3-0. Very happy. Bournemouth beat Leicester 2-1 after going behind 1 goal. Leicester are now 19th in the Premier League. They have 1 win, 1 draw, and 7 losses. Rodgers might be in trouble here for his job because that was just really surprising. Man City 4-0 casual win over Southampton. Goals from Cancelo, Foden, Mars, and Erling Haaland again. He's now scored in 10 consecutive games for Man City. Like, this guy is just ridiculous. He's a robot. He's not real. Like, this guy is so good. So, like, he's going to break all of the records. I'm convinced. If he can stay fit, which he has had trouble with, but if he can stay fit, oh my God, how many goals could he score in the Premier League this season? Let me look up. So Erling Haaland, he's up to 20 in all comps. So he already has 15 in the Premier League. I think last season's Golden Boot was like 23. So he already has 15 after 9 matches. There's 38 matches, so 31 to go. Yeah, he could end up with like 60 goals. Realistically, if he keeps on this pace, he could have 60 goals, which is like actually ridiculous. Other than that, Newcastle beat Brentford 5-1, and then Brighton Tottenham is on now. Just looking at the rest of your comments. Mount is back to KDB levels of creativity. Well, KDB is a big name. I'm not going to go comparing Mason Mount to KDB because KDB is one of the best to ever do it. But Mason Mount did have a fantastic game. And I'm just looking at the attack. So Mason had 2 shots off target, 1 shot blocked, 1 successful dribble, 2 assists in this game as well. And I just thought that he looked so potent in this match. Probably my man of the match, but I kind of want to give it to Conor Gallagher as well. Do you think Potter will keep choosing Kepa instead of Mendy? This is a really interesting one. I think for AC Milan, he's going to go with Kepa because it's a massive game. Kepa has been playing well, and there's really no reason to drop him. But let me just take a look at Chelsea's fixtures coming up because I don't think that you want to just throw Mendy in. So Chelsea play AC Milan on Tuesday away, and then we play Aston Villa away on Sunday. So potentially that Aston Villa game, then we play Brentford on that Wednesday. So I would say Aston Villa, Brentford, maybe you bring Mendy in, but it's really interesting because again, is Edouard Mendy your starting goalkeeper? With how Kepa's been performing, I didn't think that I would ever be questioning that, but I feel like Kepa has been doing really well. So I don't know. I think maybe for the short term, But I really want to see as well how Mendy responds to this, because I think that Kepa really hasn't made any mistakes, and he's looked very strong, very comfortable. He's looked confident. And I think Mendy previously, he was looking a little bit shaky. He was making some mistakes, getting into some sticky situations. He's not as good with his feet, but I think he's a better shot stopper. So maybe like a give and take there. Yeah, time will tell, really. Jacob said, "Are you keeping tabs on any lonely players or any youngsters?" I'm kind of keeping tabs on how he's doing. I haven't watched Bayer Leverkusen, to be completely honest. I'm trying to think who's else is out on loan, because I feel like we sold a lot of players this summer. Like Billy Gilmore popped into my head, but he's at Brighton. He's not on loan. We sold him. I'm sure that there's others, but I'm just completely breaking. Yeah, apparently Cho had a really good game for Leverkusen. Super nice to see. Yeah, Jorginho as well. I thought that he had a really good game. I sometimes got a little bit nervous with Jorginho playing in front of the back four, because he didn't have that extra protection. He was meant to maybe like drop back to be extra protection. Well, yeah, Lukaku's on loan, but I think like I don't count I don't count him in my thinking. I was thinking more like young players. Already mentions Lukaku. I wasn't thinking about him. Going back to Jorginho, yeah, I thought that he played extremely well again, and I'm really excited to see N'Golo Kante back. Hopefully, it's been since the Spurs game, which was on my husband's birthday, so it's been 2 months already since we've seen N'Golo Kante, and I really miss him. Yeah, I was nervous about how Chelsea would play, because I absolutely adore Thomas Tuchel as a coach, and I was shocked when we sacked him. But I think that Graham Potter has really been doing as good of a job as you can be doing. The team looks pretty rejuvenated to me. I think that some players that were out on the fringes are finding themselves getting opportunities now. And I think overall, like, we look so much better in just a short amount of time. We're actually creating things, we're scoring goals, and the goals could be better. So I think if Graham Potter has another year or two with the team, like I really think that we'll be able to challenge, hopefully not now, but within the next 2-ish years for the Premier League. Yeah, very, very well taken. Absolutely. So, so, so happy for him. Guys, who is your man of the match? Let me know. And make sure to drop your score predictions as well for AC Milan versus Chelsea. Obviously, another must win game for Chelsea. We're currently sitting second in the Champions League group. So, it's tight. It's tight. Salzburg on 5 points, Chelsea, Milan on 4. And then I think Dinamo Zagreb have 3, yeah, because they beat us. So tight Champions League group as well. So my voice is going. I hope that you guys enjoyed my post match thoughts. I'm on Chelsea Match Day Live basically every game to give pre-match thoughts, so you can check me out there. I think it's on the Fifth Stand app or on their YouTube channel, as well as Chelsea in the USA's Twitter Spaces ahead of AC Milan versus Chelsea. I think that should be happening as well. You can catch like our preview that we did for Chelsea AC Milan. That was really cool. So yeah, some man of the match, Connor Aspie for me. I would throw Mason in there, but those were kind of like the 3 that I was between. I just can't pick one. So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this game. I hope that you enjoyed this post-match reaction. If you did, sub to the channel. Make sure to follow so other people can follow, so that you can see my content coming up. Obviously, loads of Chelsea games coming up. And yeah, If you like this video, drop it a like, sub, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time you're watching this. And until next time, I'm out. Bye.